talking about the DJI OM5, which was provided to me by DJI so I can make this review for you guys. But I'm not being paid for my opinions. I'm not being paid at all to make this video, and I just wanted to be upfront about that. Okay, cool. Thanks for being here. Let's get into it. So DJI is back at it again with another gimbal, and I'm pretty excited about this one. I had the chance to test their previous model, the OM4, and I've also gotten my hands on their more expensive mirrorless camera, cinema camera gimbals, the RS2 and the RS-C2. And from my experience with all of these various DJI products, I feel like they just strike a really good balance between build quality, the performance and smoothness of the gimbals, and also the price, which is really important. It's only $159 USD and comes with a few new tidbits, new features that we're gonna get into. So let's go ahead and jump into the new stuff first. I would say the most obvious new feature or change from the OM4 to the OM5 is the extension rod. You know, actually I should have unfolded it first. It packs up really nice and compact like this. There's a little beep boop here that goes into a little slot thing. But if you unlatch it and then unfold it properly, then you can extend it. And that's probably the most obvious new feature. You've all seen various dads out in the wild using selfie sticks at airports, amusement parks, and other places to get those incredible selfie shots, you know, some video clips talking to their kids or Facebook Live. You know, dads doing what dads do. But fear not, you're not gonna look exactly like any normal dad using this gimbal because it's a gimbal. It's an iteration of the wonderful OM4, but just happens to also include an extra tool, that beautiful extension rod. So this is not only great for those classic dad shots, but this is also good for people who are into mobile filmmaking. And if you're doing filmmaking, it's nice to have a little bit of reach. If you wanna flip the gimbal upside down and get some nice low walking, tracking shots, or maybe you wanna dip it down into something that you can't normally reach with just your arm, or if you wanna get some high riser shots, you know, if you're filming Spoderman. The extension rod will be great for that. And it's also great for those family selfie moments that we all have to go through, you know, Thanksgiving, Christmas, whatever holiday you're doing at your country. There's always that time when your mom wants a group family photo, and this extension rod is good for stuff like that, you know? It's important. You gotta have those family photos, those are memories. Now, probably the second most obvious new feature or change from the OM4 to the 5 is this new bracket here for your phone. I think it's technically called a magnetic clamp, and here's like what the original one looks like from the OM4. It's basically the exact same design as the OM5. So your phone slips into here, and then this magnet on the back clips into the gimbal. And it's the same exact story with this one here. Obviously it's a little bit bigger, but there's a reason for that. This baby has a built-in light. There's a button on the back and turns the light on, and then there's a button on the side where it changes the color temperature, which is pretty nifty. So like this light back here is at 3200 Kelvin, so it's warmer. And if I wanted to match it, I would just change it to that setting right here. It's pretty close. Here's like a colder one. You know, actually I think this one is kind of the closest. That's pretty good. It has a USB-C port here on the bottom for recharging the light. And this is just gonna be handy for a lot of different instances. Maybe you're making ghost chase videos with your friends. Maybe you're traveling, you're on a road trip and you're documenting your experience. Having light is essential for capturing nice looking images. And so it's cool that you have this option to have it built into your gimbal so you don't have to carry around an extra light with you. There are also a couple of new features when it comes to the software side of things. So we're talking the DJI Mimo app. Inside the app, you have a feature called Shot Guides. Wow. If you're a beginner, you might not know where to start when you put your phone on a gimbal. You have this stabilizer thing, and you're just trying to figure out how to film. Basically, shot guides are gonna be starter templates that instruct you on how to take a shot, and they guide you right through it with just a couple taps so you can start to learn and become better and then create your own. It's like a launching point for people who just need a little bit of assistance in the beginning. And what's nice about the Mimo app, if you don't know, is you can record directly in that app if you don't want to use the native camera app like on your iPhone or Android. So you can do everything in that Mimo app if you so wish, and then you get the benefits of the shot guides and also the brand new Active Track 4.0. There's not a lot new here. Active Track has been really good for the past few iterations anyway. I remember testing it with the OM4, and I was really impressed at how you could draw a box around someone's face or body or any subject, move your gimbal, And because your phone is linked up with the app and the gimbal, it just tracks for you. The gimbal just follows the movement of the subject, and it's really smooth. It's not janky or jittery or anything like that. So the Mimo app is a really powerful option for people who are interested in that mobile filmmaking or beginners, you know? There's something in there for all of us, okay? And another one of the biggest new things is it doesn't just come in gray anymore. It comes in light pinkish. The pink one's kind of cute, makes me think of Patrick.
I love you.
Can't forget your little tripod legs so you can set it down on your desk. Can you guys see this? Power it on. Okay, so the first thing that I think needs to be improved for the next one is the tilt range. So let's say I'm filming myself like this. Basically, it doesn't go down quite as far as I would like, especially if you're in the landscape mode. Like if you're trying to get a big group selfie, and let's say you want to use the extension here. Basically, if you're holding it out and trying to face yourself, it doesn't go down quite low enough to get like your entire family or friends in that. You kind of have to angle it like this, and that kind of defeats the purpose of being able to like stretch it way back like this and get a shot of everyone. It needs to be, you know, tilting down more. Okay, something else, which isn't really an issue, but it's just something I wanted to warn you guys about, is sometimes when you put your phone on the gimbal, you see how this horizon is like slightly crooked? It's not perfectly level with the room. That's something that can be fixed if you go into the DJI app and customize the gimbal settings. You can level your horizon and make it perfectly flat. But a lot of beginners who have never used a gimbal before might not be familiar with these more advanced leveling settings and things like that. It's just something I wanted to let you guys know. So feel free to customize that in your Mimo app. It's not really a problem with the gimbal if you're experiencing that. It's something you can fix on your own. So hats off to you. And when we just get down to the nitty gritty, the stability of the gimbal is amazing. Like there are some gimbals that are still shaky for some reason. There are people who make gimbals and they have shakes. Hey man, that's the whole reason we have gimbals, to not shake. But the smoothness of this gimbal, all the motors, they're working in harmony, baby. They're like a beautiful choir of angels just singing in harmony. So what I can say is I do recommend it, and I think if you want it, you shouldn't be afraid to snag it as long as it's a good financial decision for you. Couldn't find the word for a second. Hey, make sure to like this video because 1 like does equal 1 mobile gimbal that's smoother than your dad's selfie stick. Make sure to subscribe to become a camera camper with us, and check out the Discord below as well for full information on our upcoming camera meetup in October. It's gonna be really fun. Join that Zachy Mayfam server. It's really fun, and there's great people in there if you need some camera friends or get some feedback on your work. Check out my Instagram below, my other channel, and make sure to leave a comment about why your dad is never gonna beat up mine. Love you. Text me when you get home so I know you're safe. Bye.